Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? Welcome back. Today we are kicking off Body Horror Week here. One of my favorite subgenres. I feel like I'm not only very fascinated by the stories that are told through body horror movies, but I'm also extremely fascinated by practical effects and the behind the scenes and things that go into making body horror what it is practically. So this week, firstly, we are talking 10 body horror movies I want to put on your radar. I feel like a couple of these you might know, a couple of these you might not have ever seen, and I want you to think of body horror in different ways here. And then we will, of course, finish out the week with our 2 movie reviews to be announced, because I'm kind of changing things up here. So if you enjoy this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. There is always a letterbox list corresponding to whatever I am talking about in whatever video. So of course there is a body horror list on Letterboxd that I am creating. And here's something fun. I challenge you to watch all 10 of these movies and report back. And something else with this video, I wanted to mostly mention movies that have little CGI. You can tell a lot of these do have a lot of practical effects, and that's something I love with body horror. So let's begin with Brain Dead, or Dead Alive, from 1992. When a Sumatran rat monkey bites Lionel Cosgrove's mother, she is transformed into a zombie and begins killing and transforming the entire town while Lionel races to keep things under control. This one is a sickening watch, and I love every minute of it. But up next, let's talk about Nightbreed from 1990. A troubled young man is drawn to a mythical place called Midian, where a variety of friendly monsters are hiding from humanity. Meanwhile, a sadistic serial killer is looking for someone to take the blame. And this is one of those films where you look at the characters and you wonder, how did you achieve these effects? It's so beautiful. Clive Barker is truly just so extraordinary at everything he's accomplished. But moving on to number 8, and if there is one film you watch from this list, I highly recommend it being Tokyo Gore Police from 2008. In future Tokyo, a young woman in the privatized police force tracks down her father's killer while battling against mutant rebels known as engineers. This one, talk about a sickening watch. This one has so many great and memorable scenes and characters and effects. This one also stars the actress who you guys would know as Asami from Audition. And another one where when you're watching it, you're honestly like, how did you achieve these things? It's crazy. There's almost a Doctor Who-esque flesh-like creature in this movie. It's so good. Okay, up next is a strange one, so stay with me, with a film called from 1973. A college student becomes lab assistant to a scientist who is working on a serum that can transform humans into snakes. I feel like this would be a really great double feature with Tusk, but I didn't add Tusk to this list. I felt like it was too obvious. But speaking of great films, I have to mention this once again because I need you guys to see Street Trash from last year, 2024. A group of homeless misfits must fight for survival when they discover a plot to exterminate every homeless person in the city. I also implore you to watch the 1987 original. Honestly, Street Trash was just such a disgusting time, but it has such heart and a wonderful story behind it. I need you to watch Street Trash, the remake and the original, immediately. Let's talk about Rabid from 1977. A young woman develops a taste for human blood after experimental plastic surgery, and her victims turn into bloodthirsty zombies, leading into a worldwide epidemic. There is a 2019 remake of this film by the Soska sisters. Both are wonderful, and two that I feel like you should also watch back to back, just to kind of see how the story changes and the effects are evolved. I also had to sneak David Cronenberg in somewhere, and I didn't want to recommend the obvious films. I was going to recommend Existence, and maybe that's one that we'll cover for our reviews. But anyways, let's talk about a horror comedy with really great effects in Freaked from 1993. A vain actor, his best friend, and an activist end up at a muted freak farm run by a weirdo scientist. I love this movie. I love Freaked so much. The effects are so good. Alex Winter is just phenomenal in this movie, and the character that he created. All of the effects are some more that you just think to yourself, how did they do this? It's just so good. I also kind of want to take this time to highlight Screaming Mad George. Him and Tom Savini are two of my favorite effects artists, and they have really influenced me over the years in all of the films and things that I'm looking for and enjoy in movies. And I just think their creativity is so... it's endless. Like, they can do so much with so little and make you feel like a visceral moment, and it's so admirable. But speaking of some admirable effects, The Beast Within from 1982, a young woman is essayed by a mysterious man creature, and years later her son begins a horrific transformation into a similar beast. Now, this is one of the films where they use a lot of bladder effects, which are some of my favorite practical effects, because you can just kind of push them until they pop, and this is one of them where they just absolutely went so far with the pushing the bladder effects until it is just a disgusting, grotesque face that just gives her, It's wonderful. Now let's finish off this list with two that I am putting back to back because I intend these to be a double feature. And I wonder if you can spot the themes here with the first movie that I'm going to recommend. I wonder if you can guess what the last movie is before I mention it. So let's talk about Rejuvenatrix, or also known as The Rejuvenator from 1988. An aging actress hires a scientist developing a youth serum involving brain fluid extraction. She takes it, but unintended consequences transform her into a homicidal creature. Now, based on that, can you guess which film I am pairing as a double feature? I'll give you a second. It's The Substance from 2024. A fading celebrity uses a black market drug, a cell-replacing substance that temporarily creates a younger and better version of herself. I feel like those two have similar enough themes where you could watch them back to back as a really solid double feature. And I also feel like The Substance is a movie that I haven't talked about enough here. The Substance changed my brain chemistry. The Substance really made me feel like I just need to embrace who I am and love the body that I was given, because I'm not doing that. If that was ever an option, I'm not doing that. The effects also in The Substance are once again, so admirable. Coralie Fargier really just went so ham with this movie, and it's off the rails, and the amount of dedication and love that went into the production is so, it's seen. You can see it when you're watching the film, how much went into it, and that's why it is my number one on this list, and why I feel like it deserves so much love and all of the praise that it has gotten. So on that note, that was 10 body horror films that I feel like you guys need to watch ASAP. I need you guys to watch Tokyo Gore Police if you haven't seen it. It is chef's kiss. It is so good. It is so just disgusting, but fantastic. And I love it. If you want a bloody good time and you want to be a little sicked out, Tokyo Gore Police is where it's at. As well as all of my other links if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. I will see you in 2 days for a movie review. Once again, to be determined, to be announced. But in all honesty, I am really thinking about reviewing Body Melt from 1993 and also Existence from, I believe, 2006. So let me know your thoughts on that. I will see you soon. Let me know which one of these films, by the way, you've seen, you've heard of, you want to watch. Oh, and also, if you haven't noticed, I've been doing an A to Z horror movie little thing on my shorts. Are you enjoying that? Let me know your thoughts there too. Sayonara, Spooky fam.